I really wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone. And then I was studying, I thought, win-win situation, because I get to push myself out of my comfort zone and then get more research within the research field.
Why do you want more experience in the research field?
I'm currently studying biotechnology, so I want to be like a research analyst or something like that, really. It's pretty cool. So what brings you here?
Oh, my brother, he plays... Raise your hand if you're a vegetarian. Just me? Cool.
What's inside?
Give me a second. It's a sandwich with a note saying eat.
That's it. I thought we'd already started. When are the tasks actually going to begin?
Maybe this is the first task. Either way, let's just do what the note says. Go on then. What's your name?
It's Emily, and I'm a vegetarian, so I'm not eating that because I'm pretty certain it's ham.
So, just eat it for the study.
I'm sorry, I'm not eating it.
It's ham, it's not going to kill you.
No.
Fine, suit yourself. You, what's your name?
Ruby. I'm not too hungry, so if anyone else wants it, they can have it.
I'm alright.
Just eat it.
Is there anything special about the sandwich?
Oh,
Well, that's just boring.
that's not pretty cool.
What do you think it means?
I'm sure we'll find out.
So, what's everyone's names? I'm Anna.
Tracy.
My name's John. Lovely to meet you.
I'm Emily. What's your name?
I'm Jess. What was your name again?
Ruby.
What does everyone do for a living?
I'm a primary school teacher. You?
Pastor.
Oh, that's so cool. How did you become a pastor?
Well,
You failed. Get in the water.
No, we're getting somewhere. But I don't want to get in the water. Failed? How did we
I
fail?
don't want to get in the water. It's just water. It's just an exercise.
Maybe it's because you didn't eat the sandwich.
Well, if that's the case, then they should have been a bit more specific.
Well, that's your problem then, isn't it?
You just as easily gave the sandwich to someone else.
I can't get in the water. If you guys can go for it.
do you mind me asking why?
Go for it for your water. And this is a great time to just step out of your shell. Just dip your toes in.
I'll pray for him to bless you with his will and strength.
It'll be okay. We can all plan.
No, how do we all know we have to get in the water and not just stand
Stop blaming this on me.
You're the vegetarian that didn't
Hold
eat
on,
the
then
sandwich.
technically you failed too, because you gave the sandwich to Ruby and Ruby ate it.
I think we should all just get in the water. We don't want to fail again.
I'm not getting in the water!
I believe you are stronger than you know.
I think you should just end this petty debate and just go in the water.
Alright, I'm sorry. Anna, do you want to hold my hand as well?
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
One foot at a time. You good? Great.
Jesus, what happened? What the hell happened? Let's go there, I'm curious.
What about you two?
I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm okay.
Did you get hurt?
I'm okay. Just a little freaked out.
Anna, are you alright? Just breathe, it's going to be okay.
Okay. You know, it's a bit.
Ruby, I hope the ham sandwich was worth it. Here's the antidote. You have 5 minutes before your time is up.
What? What did it just say? No. What was in the sandwich?
Whatever it is, it doesn't sound good.
Get that away from me! Don't you dare!
What the hell is wrong with you? You have to take this.
Don't tell me I have a phobia.
What's happening?
Ruby has to take an injection in the next 4 minutes, or God knows what's going to happen.
Are you serious? No, you stay there, you need to end. I can do the injection.
You're shaking like hell. What makes you think you can do this?
Does anyone else know how to do it? Exactly, I'm the only one who knows how to properly do it.
Okay, I know this sounds horrible, but do you want us to pin you down so Anna can inject you with the antidote?
Okay. Right. Emily, if you're up for it. Wait.
Wait.
I'm not ready. Shut up! Get up! No, stop it! I don't want to. Just hit us there! Oh, wait.
hurt me tonight.
You did good. You should be proud of yourself.
Can you give me some space, please? Where's the door? Where's the door that we came in through? Where's the exit? Why can't I leave? I want to leave, I want to go home, I want to go home. Where's the door? Where's the door? I want to go home! Please, I want to go home! You're not here! You're just gonna get off!
Everyone, shut up! Ruby, is there a way out?
Where's the door? I can't find the door! I don't understand! I can't! Please!
For now, we've got to put these on our necks and play a game. For fuck's sake! What?
I like put it on my arm or something.
Why?
Please find the door!
I don't like things touching my neck.
Okay, look, I'm not going to ask you to explain.
What? That's a bit specific.
John, can you shut up and put this on?
Okay.
Okay, what do we think of these two? Because I don't think I want to continue the game anymore. Are you kidding me?
What is it?
We have to play porn or they're going to kill us!
Oh gosh, okay.
Look, if we just go through all of this bullshit, I'm sure they're going to let us out.
Or we could just get out now.
Are you stupid or something? Ruby has been walking around this room how many times to get to the other found an exit? That doesn't make any sense, but that's what we're stuck with. Ruby,
What?
can you stop driving yourself insane and put this on?
Okay.
Get up.
If these plans do anything to us, I'm coming for you, Tracy.
Great. Let's play Bulldog.
What the actual fuck? I know I should have listened to you. Sorry. Wait,
Okay,
that's
that's
not
true.
fair.
Are we done? Are we done?
What?
What's going on in your head?
Yeah, what's going on?
You became fine.
Okay.
Freaking out.
Fine.
It's for Jess.
Everybody get up.
What?
Just get away from me. Go.
Are you not going to let us know what it
No.
says?
Yeah, what are we reading? I don't get in trouble because I don't want to get in trouble again. Be quiet. I'm trying to read.
That's really creepy. How is that creepy? Aren't you nervous and why only Jess can
Probably
read
just a
it?
task only Jess can complete.
What if it's something for her to do to us?
Yeah, but it's Jess. I mean, she seems really nice.
She
She
wouldn't
wouldn't
do
try and
that.
hurt us in
That
any
does
way.
sound very
Oh, will you all just shut up? Get up. You have to lie down.
No offence, don't really trust you right now. Stop.
That's what it says you have
I
to
don't
do.
want to lie down.
Why not? You scared?
No.
Listen, if you don't do this, we're going to get electrocuted. And I don't want to get electrocuted again. Do you?
Fuck you.
Just what do you do? We have to let's say otherwise. We're shooting around again.
We won't go that far, alright?
I'm gonna leave. Be quiet. Well, they really wouldn't go that far, would they? No, they really.
Right?
Just stop it, Tracy. Stop.
Oh gosh.
What if they want to run around? What if they don't want to run around?
accordingly. You must play a game of musical chairs. Emily, you're in control of the music. Have fun. I can't do this, guys.
I don't understand this one. What's your fear?
Hurting people. That movement. No, hurting people. I can't hurt people.
No.
Oh gosh, I completely understand. Bless your soul.
I'm sorry, darling, but you have to do this. It's either this or something worse.
I'm so sorry, guys. It's not playing any more music.
Are you sure? I don't want to play with them again.
I'm really sorry, guys.
But it's fine. You'll move on.
It's okay, darling. I've made many sins in my life, but they're always forgiven. Yours will be too.
I'm not religious.
I'll pray on your behalf then.
Hey, look, it's okay. You had to do it. There was no other choice. I forgive you.
Thank you. It says to release Tracy.
You fucking bitch! I hope you're all rotted out for what you
We
did!
didn't do anything. It was
You
Jess.
didn't do anything! That's exactly the problem! I swear I'm coming too! I swear you fucking bitch! Get away from me! What? You have to do this! You have to do it!
Are you hungry?
What? Man, the fuck up! It's just words! Jess, come here!
No.
I swear, Tracy! I swear! No! Let me go! I'm going to!
It's for John.
I have to cut a worm in half. I can't harm a living creature.
You're such a fucking pussy, I swear! So rude! Oh, what? You'll bury me again! I didn't do anything!
You're just gonna have to
Nothing they can do can scare me more than God can!
You have 10 seconds to complete the task, or we'll electrocute you all to death.
Well, you have to do it. You have to do it.
You have to do it. You can't not.
John, hurry!
John, go.
John, quickly! John, 5 seconds! Please! John! Please! John!
For the final instruction, you must each take a gun. Each gun contains 4 blanks and 2 bullets. You must stand in a semicircle. You will take turns in the center to take aim at a person of your choosing and shoot. If they survive, they must step back and let their oppositions at their side shoot each other before taking place in the center and choosing. This will continue until there are only 2 survivors.
So, who goes first?
I can't participate in this.
Neither can I.
We don't have a choice, do we? It's fine. We've got this. We'll get out.
Well, the only way out is through, so... Ah! You fucking can't stay there! Let me guys shoot! Ah!
Josie, we can talk to